right, so when we do a double crochet, when we are working on this, I'm actually, instead of just chaining one, I'm going to chain two so that it doesn't pull down, because a double crochet is taller than a single crochet. These are just our turning chains, so we're just going to do two to match the height of our double crochet. And when we're looking for our V's, sometimes people are looking at their work just like this and it can kind of seem hard. We're like, ah, here's a V, I see those two lines. No, we're going to flip it and look at the top. So we want to look at the top, and you can see the V of a stitch. So there's one here, one here, one here. Now we know we did two chains before we turned, so 1, 2. So these we are not going to be working into because they are just our turning chains. So our first single crochet is this chain, that V right, not chain, that V right there is the first single crochet we're going to work into. So we are going to do a double crochet. Now a double crochet is similar to a single in that we still only go through, pull through 2 loops at a time. But before we get started, we are actually going to yarn over first. So we start with 2 loops on our hook. And we're going to go into that top V. We want to make sure we go through both. So we go through both. We're going to grab our yarn and pull up a loop. Well, now we have 3, but I told you we only ever go through 2 on this. So we're going to yarn over, and we're only going to go through the first 2 loops. So that leaves 2 on here. To get rid of those 2, we need to yarn over and pull through those 2. That is a double crochet. All right, so we're going to do another double crochet. So again, looking at those tops, we see the V. That's the one we're going to be working into right here. So we're going to yarn over before we get started so that we have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to go through this first stitch, making sure we hit both. So you can separate them so you can see that there's 2. 1, 2, we got both of the V's. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull up a loop. Now we have 3. So when we keep our yarn in front, spinning it towards ourselves, we only go through the first 2. We're going to yarn over again, pull through the next 2. And that is our double crochet. Now you can see over here the reason we did 2 chains. So when we work into this last stitch, it's going to pull it up, and then you'll see it will make it nice and square. Otherwise, if we had a single, it would pull it down and it would just look super wonky. So we're just giving the height for this to stay nice and straight. All right, so another double crochet. Working to this next V right here. We're going to yarn over before we get started. So we have 2 on our hook. We're going to go through this stitch, through both. Yarn over and pull up a loop. So we have 3. Yarn over, we're going to pull through 2. Then we yarn over and pull through the last 2. All right, we're going to do one more time. To do a double crochet in this next stitch, we are going to yarn over first. We're going to put our hook through our first, or for the next stitch. And once we're through, we're going to grab our yarn and pull up a loop. We now have 3. Grab your yarn, spin towards you, and I go through just 2. Keeping that hook in front of your yarn. Spin it towards yourself, yarning over, and pull through the next 2. And there is your double crochet. So we're going to do a row of these. Yarn over before you get started. Go through that next stitch. Pull up a loop so you have 3. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through the last 2. Grab your yarn, 2 loops on the hook. We'll go through that next stitch, pull up a loop. We've got 3. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. right, and just continue on your way, and I will meet you guys at the end. Oh, I didn't get both. There we go. All right, we made it to the end, and we've got just 2 more left. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll do those with you. So we're gonna yarn over, go into our stitch, pull up a loop. We got 3, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. Our last one is a little funky because we have our turning chain. Our turning chain kind of makes that tight little corner right there. So that last V that you see right here is the one that we're going to work into. So right there. So we're going to yarn over, go into that last V, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is the end. So it gives us a nice square corner. Now we're going to do our next row. So we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work.